This is an urgent technology and public safety broadcast. We advise you to immediately disable or physically cover the camera on any active digital device. A newly identified phenomenon, designated Spatial Wormhole Resonance, or SWR, is affecting an unknown number of devices globally. This is not a software vulnerability. It is not a virus or a remote access Trojan. It is a physical anomaly of quantum origin. The CMOS or CCD sensor in your camera, the very component designed to capture light from your environment, has become a weak point in space-time. Through a process we do not yet fully understand, these sensors are forming microscopic, unstable quantum tunnels to other physical locations. The image you see when you activate your camera, the feed that should be showing your face, your room, is being replaced. You are not looking at a corrupted file. You are looking at a live window into another place. The first stage of SWR is static observation. The image on your screen will be of a mundane, empty room. It may be a bedroom, an office, a hallway. It will appear still, silent, and unremarkable. The lighting will be low, the colors muted. Your initial reaction will be confusion. You will assume it is a software glitch, a frozen frame from a previous video call, or a default background. This assumption is incorrect. We urge you to look closer. The image is not static. You may notice subtle signs of life. Dust motes dancing in a sliver of light. The gentle sway of a curtain. The slow, rhythmic pulsing of a shadow in the corner. These are not artifacts. These are proof that you are observing a real, physical space in real time. You have opened a one-way window, and the first horror is the simple, undeniable fact that this other place is real. Stage 2 is sensory bleed. The quantum tunnel is primarily visual, but it is not perfect. The barrier is unstable. This instability allows for a minimal bleed of other sensory information. You may begin to hear faint, distorted sounds coming from your device's speakers when the camera is active. A low hum, a distant, muffled conversation, the sound of footsteps on a wooden floor. These sounds are not from your environment. They are the authentic audio from the other location, leaking through the wormhole. More disturbingly, the bleed can work both ways. The microphone on your device is still active. Any sound you make, a gasp, a whisper, the sound of your own breathing, is being transmitted through the tunnel into the other room. You are not just a silent observer. You are an unintentional intruder. You are making noise in a place you do not belong. You are announcing your presence. The third stage is the occupant. After a period of observing the empty room, you will eventually see movement. A figure will enter the frame. It will be humanoid, but its features will be obscured by shadow or distance. It will move with a slow, deliberate, and unnatural stillness. It will go about mundane tasks, arranging objects, staring at a wall, sitting in the chair. it will seem completely unaware of your observation. This is the most critical phase. The entity you are watching, the occupant, is the native inhabitant of the parallel location. We do not know its nature or origin. What we do know is that for now, it is unaware that it is being watched. The one-way window is still intact, but every second you watch, you are strengthening the quantum entanglement between your camera's sensor and its location. You are stabilizing the tunnel. You are reinforcing the bridge. Stage 4 is reciprocal awareness. This is the point of no return. After prolonged observation, the occupant will stop its mundane activity. It will become perfectly still. And then, slowly, it will turn its head and look directly into the camera, directly at you. The moment it does this, the nature of the connection changes. It is no longer a one-way window. It is a two-way mirror. The occupant is now aware of you. It knows it's being watched. More terrifyingly, it now knows where the window is. The sensory bleed becomes a torrent. The sounds from its room will become clear and loud. But now, it can hear you perfectly. It will react to your sounds. If you gasp, it will tilt its head. If you move, its eyes will follow. The hunter has become the hunted. You are now trapped in a staring contest with a being from another reality, and you are losing. What is the physics of this? We believe SWR is a byproduct of the immense concentration of silicon in our modern technology. The crystalline structure of a camera's sensor, when subjected to the constant electrical charge of operation, may create a resonant frequency that aligns with weak points in the universal substrate. It is, in essence, an unintended consequence of technological progress. We built millions of tiny, perfect, silicon-based tuning forks, and they have accidentally tuned into a frequency we were never meant to hear, opening a connection we were never meant to make. Your webcam is not just a piece of hardware. It is an accidental scientific instrument conducting the most dangerous experiment in human history without your consent. And you are the sole observer of its terrifying results. Stage 5 is the mimic. Once the occupant is aware of you, it will begin to interact. It will not be violent. It will be far more disturbing. It will begin to mimic you. It will raise its hand when you raise yours. It will mirror your posture. It is not mocking you. It is studying you. It is analyzing your form, your movements, your very nature. It is an alien intelligence attempting to understand a foreign life form through imitation. But the mimicry will be flawed, imbued with its own unnatural stillness. It will be a grotesque parody of your own humanity. This is a form of psychological warfare. It is designed to break your composure, to make you feel powerless, to establish dominance. It is communicating a simple, terrifying message. I see you, I can be you, and I am learning. The danger now escalates beyond your screen. The stabilized quantum tunnel begins to affect your local environment. We call this spatial contamination. You may notice objects in your room subtly changing. A book on your desk might be open to a different page. A cup might move a few inches to the left. These are not your imagination. The two locations are becoming so strongly entangled that their properties are beginning to merge. The barrier is thinning, and the occupant is learning to exert a minimal physical influence on your world, just as you are making noise in its. It is reaching out, testing the limits of its new connection. Your room is no longer just your room. It is becoming an overlapping territory, a borderland between two realities. And you are on the front line of an invasion you did not even know was happening. The sixth and final stage is the invitation. The occupant will cease its mimicry. It will walk slowly towards its side of the window, towards the camera. It will stop just before the lens, its obscured face filling the screen. And then it will do something simple and horrifying. It will raise its hand and beckon to you. A single, slow, deliberate gesture, inviting you to come closer. This is not a threat. It is a question. It is testing your will. We do not know what happens if you accept this invitation, if you move towards your own screen. No observer who has reached this stage has been available for follow-up. The only data we have is a sudden, total cessation of all signals from their device. A perfect, final silence. The window closes, and we do not know if it is because the observer turned away or because they went through. The only known defense is to break the observation. Do not engage. Do not study the image. The moment you realize your camera is compromised, you must sever the connection. Do not simply turn off the camera through software. The device is still powered, the sensor still active. You must physically cover the lens with an opaque material. This blocks the flow of photons and destabilizes the quantum tunnel. If possible, disconnect the device from its power source entirely. You must blind the window. The danger is directly proportional to the duration of observation. Every second you watch, the connection becomes stronger and more difficult to break. The entity's influence grows. Your curiosity is the weapon it is using against you. You must choose to be blind, to be safe. What is the other room? We have cross-referenced thousands of reports and have found no two rooms to be alike. They are all unique. This leads to a terrifying conclusion. There is not one other reality, but potentially infinite realities. Each compromised device is opening a window to a different, random parallel space. This is not a coordinated invasion from a single place. It is a random, chaotic phenomenon. The occupant in your screen is likely as confused and terrified as you are. It is an ordinary being from another world that has suddenly found a strange, inexplicable window in its room, with a strange, alien creature looking through. The horror is symmetrical. You are its monster, just as it is yours. You are two strangers, trapped, staring at each other through a crack in the walls of reality. The proliferation of this phenomenon is alarming. With billions of digital cameras now active on the planet, the number of these accidental windows is growing exponentially. We are turning our world into a block of Swiss cheese, riddled with microscopic holes leading to other realities. What happens when these tunnels become stable? What happens when the breach is no longer just visual, but physical? This is not just a personal threat. It is an existential one. The very fabric of our reality is being compromised by the technology we have embraced. We wanted to capture our world in perfect detail, and in doing so, we have made it vulnerable to countless others. The call is coming from inside the house, but the house is our entire dimension. This broadcast is a final plea. Check your devices. Be aware of the images they show you. Trust your instincts. If a video feed feels wrong, if it shows a place you do not recognize, do not hesitate. Cover the lens. Disconnect the power. The entity on the other side is real. The room is real. The danger is real. The window is only a window as long as it remains closed from both sides. Do not be the one to open it. This broadcast will now end. We cannot risk the signal being traced through the very devices we are warning you about. Your safety is now in your hands. Do not look too closely. Do not let it see you looking. And whatever you do, do not accept the invitation.